Everybody watching, I'm gonna need you to visit www.freakkings.com. Check out all the merch. And before you do that, I'm gonna need you to check out PJDG YouTube and Instagram. And while you're doing that, you won't have to remember the name, cause you'll remember the face.
Welcome back, everybody. DJ here. DJ there.
Wild Danger Ginger has appeared, and as always, it's to talk some wrestling. And then sometimes, as always, with his Fago, Chef the Ref.
Greetings, everybody. Hey, why don't you do me a favor there? Let's ring the bell and get this started. Beautiful.
So, I actually lied. We're here to preview the Super Bowl today.
Yes. Yes.
Card subject to change. Hey, and our intro worked. Unlike our past Tuesday episode, just nothing wanted to work. But we are here and ready to talk this week in wrestling.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say it was a huge week, but we had some things happen.
Royal Rumble Fallout, some fun stuff on AEW. TNA as well, you know. We got some stuff to talk about.
Hey, a man I personally believe in won the NXT Championship this week.
Yeah. I thought about wearing that shirt today, and then I was glad I didn't when I saw yours.
Well, I wanted to wear my WrestleMania one, but, you know, that's put away somewhere at the moment. But yeah, so, it's not on our rundown, but I say let's get this out of the way real quick. Let's talk about the Women's World Championship Philly Street Fight from Monday night.
Sure. Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer retaining her title against Raquel, and yeah, it was a pretty knockdown, drag-out fight there.
And Raquel had told Liv and Roxanne not to get involved, and they still did. Which leads us to a whole thing. How much longer is Judgment Day going to be a thing?
I think Judgment Day will be a thing, but it feels like maybe there's a face turn coming and someone's getting jumped out here sometime soon. Maybe.
If that's the route, it feels like Raquel at the moment.
Yes, which kind of makes sense because remember when she came in, she was always smiling and happy, and I mean, while I understand that she's had character development since then, I don't want to see her go back to necessarily that happy, smiley, happy to be there type, but maybe like a devious type of smile, like knowing, all right, yeah, I got this. I'm coming out. I'm going to get this. Yeah. How she used to do, but a little tweak up.
Yeah. There were moments in that match, especially when you're getting toward the end, where I was thinking that Raquel was actually going to win to lead to that turn happening sooner, and then Liv chooses her to chase that championship.
Right, that would have worked. Sorry, that would have worked narratively. I was surprised they didn't end up going that route.
Because how much I've enjoyed Stephanie Vaquer as champion, which, just real quick, whoever in WWE decided to change her theme song, you need to be fired. That new theme song's absolute garbage.
Yeah, it wasn't necessary. I don't know why they did it, but it apparently has been done. So here we are.
I mean, doesn't mean it can't come back, though. Nakamura has his original theme back.
Yeah. Well, that was more of a him shifting to heel and leaning more into the traditional Japanese instrumentation with it, as opposed to, his just popular face with the guitar, violin, everything going. It's that dichotomy there for Shinsuke.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we've had a couple different variations of his theme song over the past couple years. It's just nice for him to be back to that original one from, like, NXT and all that.
Yeah.
And he even still has, like, the graphic entrance, where it's the moon behind him still, and I think it works out great.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a history of wrestling music just getting ever so slightly tweaked over the years. Like, how many times has The Rock come out with a new theme song that's just a little different, like, instrumentation here, a little different beat there. Yeah, but it's basically the same, been the same song every time.
It kind of happened with Stone Cold a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go listen to the original Stone Cold Steve Austin theme, it's not as, it's heavy, but it sounds more raw.
Yep.
As when you get to the one that they eventually had, it just sounded generally a bit better.
Just a little more produced.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all. But that's also with the times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
now,
these are just little tweaks that happen in the wrestling music side that a lot of times people don't even notice. But yeah, it happens all the time.
Now, we also did, before this Women's Championship match, have a return. The return of our AAA Mega Champion and Intercontinental Champion, Dirty Dom. Who just came out to introduce Liv Morgan. But still, if he's back on TV, that's a good thing.
Yep, means he's getting ready to come back and start defending those belts.
And then, real quick, we had Javon Evans defeat El Grande Americano after LG Americano came out causing a distraction.
I am loving these dueling Americanos, and I can't wait for everything to happen.
That right there.
Yes, that is correct. That's been a problem for a while now. Yeah, like there's definitely a few people that have those recognizable entrance songs that you're just like, okay, here comes Seth Rollins. Okay, here comes whoever. Here's Brock Lesnar. So, but then you have like, oh, this is what your song sounds like this week. Okay.
Hey, at least we don't have them spelling out everybody's name for the beginning of their entrance theme now. You know, all the women, because their songs all sound the same. Like, how are people going to know it's them? Oh, we'll spell their name out.
N-O-M-I.
Oh, man.
There's still some good iconic theme songs, like women's
Yes.
But even like during like the AJ Lee original run and stuff like that, a lot of those theme songs sounded the same as well. Like, this has been the era of, who is it? Oh, I can't think of who it is off the top of my head.
I love Let's Light It Up, though. Come on.
AJ,
yeah.
But speaking of recognizable theme songs, how about when AJ's music hit and then Gunter comes out?
It was great.
I was like, oh, cool, we're going to get an AJ promo. And it was, because I wasn't looking, and I look over, I'm like, that SOB.
It was perfect. He has become the ultimate troll.
I mean, the question really is, if, let's just say he does, because even though he's heel, God, a Drew McIntyre Gunther WWE Championship match, if Gunther were to be able to get into the chamber, I would love that. But I feel like that for this year, that we're going to be on the career killer story, just like they did with Randy for a while as the legend killer.
Yeah.
And
I would love to see Gunther McIntyre, but I feel like that should be a show in London or Berlin. Or Glasgow.
Yeah.
Or a feud where that's in a couple different cities. Let that actually...
a whole European tour.
The problem becomes that... Yeah. The problem comes out that would probably turn Gunther face. Or Drew face.
Why is that a problem?
But, yeah, that's not a problem. You would have
because the stories you have going right now, you have Gunther destroy everybody's favorite wrestlers' careers
right now. But when you resolve that,
so with that, we're talking like a year.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have to. You could just take a break from that storyline to do that. Like a quick blood feud, you know?
Little side
quest. I mean, If you have it like a one-off, like say Gunther becomes King of the Ring again, and he can get a title shot, and they just change it to and he's like, I want a shot at Drew. Then you have logic there that he's just after the title. He doesn't care who holds it. He just wants that championship to have it as a one-off. But if you're going to go into a storyline, fans are going to have to support somebody, or else it's just going to be crickets in that crowd.
Yeah,
until somebody goes through an announce table, and then we get "This is awesome" or "Holy shit" chants.
It's just a matter of, Drew's been face before. It's not hard to turn him face.
Yeah, I think that's if it was left up to the fans, whoever they cheer, I think they cheer for Drew before they cheer for Gunther.
We've seen crowds cheer for Walter or Gunther.
No, but not during this current run. We really haven't.
Right.
Outside of retiring Goldberg, because everybody was happy for that.
Yeah, my month off from WWE that I took in the build up to that.
But no, it's just in my head. It's kind of who's next. I was talking with the Wicked Works guys.
I see what you did there.
I didn't even do that on purpose.
Hey,
Tara. But it's kind of who's next. And we've been talking about Rey Mysterio being one. And we were talking, we kind of brainstormed what would be an interesting angle. What if Dom, even as a heel, came out and cost Gunther the match so that he could be the one to retire Rey?
I'm fine with that. I like that. It's compelling. Because, obviously, Dom has reason to want to be the one to retire Rey over Gunther being the one to retire Rey. So, yeah. And it makes total sense to me. And then you could have Gunther say something like, you know what? You cost me that. I want that Intercontinental Championship back off your shoulder. Yeah. I have the root beer today.
Yeah, in my head, I just think Dominic's the right person to do it. And even more, I would want something to as it's not just Rey's career, but if he loses, he has to unmask and give Dom the mask. Let Dom really rub it in a little bit, Yeah,
and then he gets to run around. Oh, I got my dad's mask or whatever.
Start wearing it to the ring for his entrances like he does his grandfather's mask.
Or just not even wear it fully on, just kind of have it on like a backwards hat type of thing, disrespectfully.
Speaking of Dom real quick again, did you notice he had a neck tattoo?
I kind of thought he already did.
Nah, that looked new and fresh.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he went to the same guy Dragunov went to.
AAA title for mask.
Honestly, yeah, sure. Honestly, I've stopped paying attention to people's tattoos. They've become meaningless at this point to me. Everyone just looks like a clown canvas.
Well, the one that Dom got was a dedication to his grandfather, and the mask he does wear for his entrances right now.
Okay.
So it's right there, and then it's all Mexican type stuff going around it. And it actually looks nice. I just wonder how much convincing it took him to get WWE brass to allow him to do it. Because anytime somebody gets a new tattoo, it has to be cleared through them.
Right.
Unless it can be hidden, and that cannot be hidden.
Obviously not. Yeah. I'm over the wrestler tattoos.
To get back to the whole Gunther thing, Dragon Lee came out and attacked him after talking trash about AJ Styles. So it looks like Dragon Lee's going to get squashed in the next couple weeks.
Of course.
And then
makes sense.
One of the other interesting things from Raw, Braun Breaker just going nuts starting the show.
Yeah. That also, you understand it. The guy got taken out by yet another masked assailant who's somehow wandering around. And obviously, Adam Pearce had to have something to do with it. He knows everybody whose passports and visas he signed off on. So,
and he's acting a little too comfortable with everything. Mm-hmm. He's a little too
well. You know what? After the way he was treated by Braun, since this whole thing's happened with the vacating of the World Championship, that led to CM Punk winning it. They've been kind of dicks to him, especially Braun Breaker.
Oh, yeah.
Heyman in his own way, is always a dick. So we just expect it because Heyman's trying to manipulate all the situations to his favor. But we also had LA Knight come out and attack Division, which ends up being kind of a running story throughout the night. Which something I think they've done good with both shows recently is having that one thing to interconnect the show.
I think so.
I think they've done a good job with that. I don't think it's a 6-man tag at WrestleMania.
No.
From what I've heard, that they haven't fully gotten it yet, but rumor is Rollins will be ready to go for WrestleMania, and that it'll be Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Which at that point, I kind of hope Rollins puts Breaker over.
He should. Absolutely should.
Yeah.
Because Rollins really won't need that win, and he can pick up the win at Backlash. They rematch it, he picks up the win at Backlash.
Yeah. I mean, I see a storyline reason to have Seth win the matchup, and then, Braun just goes nuts attacking him backstage, whatever, and, that leads up to the Backlash match where Braun just destroys him in whatever stipulation match it winds up being. So I could see it going that way as well.
Yeah, it would be a good win for Braun Breaker after last year not retaining the Intercontinental Championship, even though he didn't take the pinfall in that match. Finn did, right? When Dom won the Intercontinental title in the Fatal 4-Way.
I don't remember, honestly.
Because I think it was Finn going to pin Breaker, and he hits the frog splash and pins Finn. I'm not really... He pinned one of the two. Because it was one of those type of finishes.
I don't remember.
But yeah, as I said, the whole thing with LA Knight became a running thread throughout the night. Pierce says he's escorted Knight out the building, and that Heyman should get Breaker out the building because he's not going to stand.
Well, that works.
Just real quick, I love the slight differences in Aldis and Pierce, even though we see they do some things the same way. One of them being somebody shows up to a show and they do something wrong, Pierce kicks them out the building. Aldis is just like, oh, hey, look, you want to show up on my show, you better be ready to wrestle.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
You're here, you got your gear, good, get in the ring.
Yeah. So then we see Heyman in a segment escorting Breaker out the building. He's not happy about it. And the Vision has matches later on. Or Bronson Reed had a match later on in the night.
Yep.
Against Penta, which Penta wins by countout because LA Knight got back in the building and hits the BFT on Bronson Reed onto a chair outside the ring, and Reed just couldn't get back into the ring to answer the count.
These things happen. What you gonna do?
But I do see it possibly somewhere along the way, some type of team up happening. But it's still the idea that what we would need confirmed is Austin Theory just a plant? Because they even planned those seats Monday night. Well, the last time we saw a masked man, it was Austin Theory.
We've even discussed that possibility that Theory's an inside man for Seth Rollins.
Right. That was the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
From what I heard, though, it was Grayson Waller under the mask this time.
Legitimately, yes.
Yes.
But the reveal is expected to still be Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I don't see it why it would go any other way. And if Rollins is to win that match at Mania, I would have Austin Theory turning on Braun.
Yeah.
Like he goes like he's supposed to be there to help, and
then turns on Braun and helps Seth win that WrestleMania match, which then leads to the whole thing leading up to Backlash, where
then you get and then if you ever decide to add a person for a 3-on-3, you can add LA Knight reluctantly to that team to team with them,
or Waller.
Yeah, I mean, Waller's kind of got his thing going with New Day right now, so I don't see him being needed for this storyline too.
But I would love for them to visit Theory Waller at some point because that was a missed opportunity due to injury of the way to break up that team. Just like when they had, what was it, the NXT Tag Team title match, and everybody's cheering for Theory to turn on him.
Yup.
Right.
Yeah, that was good times.
Yeah, where do you think this whole thing goes with the Americanos real quick?
I'm
With
hoping that
OG
it. Yeah, I am hoping that original flavor Americano eventually, once he gets the win, it's in a mask versus mask match or something like that, and Americano 2.0 and his whole crew have to get unmasked, and we see that it is in fact Ludwig Kaiser, Tyler Bate, and Pete Dunne.
See, no, here's what I really
That's
want.
weird.
And
Why would you think it was them of all people?
I don't know, just a feeling I get.
the man
When I
has a
look to the
feeling,
West.
all
Two
right?
producers and a guy who just hasn't been around for a while.
Yeah, I mean, is what it is.
See, what I really want to see happen is, can we take Bravo and
Riley.
whatever? Yeah, they're just eliminate them. They're meaningless in this whole thing. We just have the Americanos 1-on-1, and we see them both load their mask with the metal plate. They both go for the headbutt, knock each other out.
Just clang.
But they have to fall in a way where one of their arms drape over the other's chest.
Just make it a last man standing.
Last Grande standing.
Lo más grande.
Oh God! If Omos came out as El Grande,
No, not
man.
Omos. I said Loma. Loma.
Imagine that Omos coming
That
out.
got Omos grande.
El Americano Paquito.
El Grande Africano.
But no, like they go through the headbutt, they go down, their arms happen to fall and the referee just counts them both down. It's like, wow, you both pinned each other, so you both lose your mask. And we get the reveal that it's Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser. And then Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate just go back into obscurity, which is a real shame because they shouldn't be. They're better than what they're doing right now.
I mean, they're producers.
I'm just saying they're better than what they're doing right now if they're going to be in the ring doing stuff. You know, because we've seen them wrestle.
Yeah, we have. Tyler Bates, a big, strong boy.
But in no way is it saying that I'm not enjoying the story. Because just like last week when I was watching the Rumble at BJ's house and current El Grande comes out, I'm like, oh, how great would it be for the return of the other. Next one, and it's just like, yes.
Not
This
the
is
first
how
time
you
you've
do
had
it.
premonitions like that.
No.
I mean, it's pretty spelled out. It's just how
you get there.
Well, no, not just that. It's like some things just seem too obvious, and it's like they don't always do the too obvious thing. Like something like that, like, oh yeah, that would be great. I doubt they would do it. You know?
Yeah.
But
you
but
know,
then having the Grandes having their Spider-Man moments, one moment you would do.
which was another moment that like you can see coming as soon as like the realization that there were two.
Yeah. But now let's talk about the main event segment from Monday night.
Yeah. Yeah, what a segment
Oh,
that
wrong
was.
one.
I was like, wait, I
You're
didn't call for the bell. Did Dom have the hammer?
Yeah.
But anyway, let me stop playing with sound effects here. Which has advertised throughout the night Roman Reigns to appear and talk about his win and everything. And he comes out and he does not waste any time choosing his opponent for WrestleMania. So as it stands at the moment, I believe we're going to see for the first time, night 2 of WrestleMania, the World Heavyweight Championship be the main event. CM Punk defending against Roman Reigns.
I'm looking forward to this.
The promo package, the promo between them was absolutely amazing.
I fell asleep. Not because I was dead, because I was really tired. I didn't get to see that.
That'll happen.
I heard.
Hey,
I heard it.
fellow Danger Crew member and fellow member of the channel, Crumble, how you doing, brother? But yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty damn good promo between two guys who know how to work a mic going at each other. It was pretty much textbook what you wanted out of that. That built up
Yeah.
hype for WrestleMania.
And even then, like, that promo, not only was it great, it was almost like it didn't need to be that good at that moment. And now...
Yeah, we're still 2 months out.
So
Right.
now, like, you know, we look back at something we talked about after Survivor Series and War Games. That there would be setups for stuff. The whole impression was when Roman and Cody had their little thing as Roman was leaving, like, we're done being team. Like, this is the like type thing. We were like, all right, we kind of see where this is going. Well, are we looking at Roman Cody? No. We had the Zebros moment, which we didn't overlook, but looked at as more they made peace. They never made peace, really.
No.
Roman was never happy about Punk and everything he's done with everything since Punk's returned, which really good red herring by WWE. Even though nobody wanted Cody Roman 3 really at this time, because all three, I just feel like, what do you do for the third match if the first two were for the championship?
Right. If there's no championship on the line, Cody Roman 3 just kind of feels like, okay, I guess this is just the rubber match. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I like that they are going with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. There's a lot of
True.
there's a lot that they can work with as far as history. As Roman said in his promo, that podcast and everything that CM Punk did, he basically cost Roman a couple of years worth of his development that he had been working towards at that point, and made him work back up just because of his comments that he made on a podcast. It did that much real damage to Roman's career.
Yeah. I mean, there was let's not forget that some of that damage also done when he had the opportunity to stand toe-to-toe with Cena, and Cena unintentionally buried him in that promo because he couldn't hang with him at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But again, a lot of it was character as well. At that point, we're talking about the big dog Roman Reigns. We're not talking about the tribal chief Roman Reigns.
Yeah, no. This
Because
was...
tribal chief Roman Reigns, after the whole leukemia thing, you know, getting that under control, and he was able to come back. That evolution was what was needed. Him being with Paul Heyman was what was needed to figure out what's wrong here. Why? Because this should be working. The big dog gimmick should have been working with every opportunity.
Yeah, and then you get dog food thrown into the mix.
Yeah, and also The Rock coming out to help him win the Rumble the first time it was in Philly did not help neither. Because that just showed almost the nepotism type thing in WWE, where they were like, oh, we need The Rock out there to make sure that he's going to get cheered. And the fans booed. Because, number one, they didn't want Roman to win anyway. And second, nobody wanted The Rock out there.
Yeah, well, rule one, and people know it, but they still keep ignoring it, is the fans can sniff out bullshit. Simple as that. And that reeked of it.
I do believe at some point there might have been a match, but it might have been something with CM Punk and other guys going against the Shield if it did happen.
I don't know. I mean, Roman did come out with the Shield originally, which was a thing that got hired.
That was CM Punk when he was WWE champion with Paul Heyman with him.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you got that all the way back to the beginning of Roman's time, literally, on the main roster. So, I guess, part of this, maybe he feels like the way he was brought up he was just brought up as a little thing underneath of CM Punk's thumb at that time. So, now that he's built himself up into the tribal chief, this is finally his time to say, no, I'm not. I'm not under your thumb. Never was. And you go under mine.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to this. I thought it would, but like after the Rumble, I was like, all right, he's picking CM Punk. He's not picking Drew.
Of course.
Because we see what the path for Drew is. It's a triple threat match.
Yep.
Now
him,
I'm
Cody,
just
and Fatu.
I'm just interested in how they get there, because as with everything that happened on SmackDown that we will talk about shortly, you know, well, we can kind of transition into that now.
Sure.
Drew kicks off the show on SmackDown, gets attacked by Cody Rhodes before he gets to the ring. Cody gets told, you're not going to get your Elimination Chamber qualifier match if you don't leave the building. All right, fine. Cody leaves the building. A little bit later, Drew tries to come out again. He gets to the ring this time and is attacked by Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Same speech given to Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, very
then,
obvious where this is heading somehow.
And then we finally have Drew come out near the end of the show. And he talks about this whole thing with Punk and Roman, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically says, hey, I know why you chose Punk. Because you looked at this 50-year-old guy and said, I can beat him. You looked at me and ran the other way.
I mean, I don't know why Cody would necessarily get upset about it, to be honest.
I'm not sure upset's the right word. Maybe a little bit like, shit, now we got to raise our game.
Like, and either way, even if Cody was champion and Roman didn't pick him, you know, there's no reason for them to cross paths right now. He's not champion. There's no reason for Roman and him to have to cross paths now. That story has to get a break so we can revisit it and make it matter again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like they did after Cody lost the first time to Roman. We didn't see them really anywhere near each other until after that Royal Rumble.
Yeah, once Cody won the back-to-back and got his second shot, then they were like, all right, time to put these two going at each other again.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough act to follow.
Yeah, exactly that, Sasquatch.
It's going to be a tough act to follow, but we could be looking at WrestleMania where, what if Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns both walk out respective champions of their shows?
Mm-hmm. Bloodline's still strong.
Even separated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least on TV, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from what was a united Samoan bloodline a few years ago, now you've got, you know, the original Flavor bloodline. You've got MFT. You've got Jacob, who's just the lone wolf wild card. Yeah, it's all over the place at this point.
Nope. I think they have to figure out a way to not have Drew interfere in that match somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But if he does, I can see it being a situation where he tries to pull something slick. And maybe like my El Grande idea of the double pin. He makes them kind of pin each other, forces the referee to count it, and then you have all this come out on SmackDown the following day. Or that week and be like, well, Drew, since you wanted to directly manipulate the end of this match and try to make it so you didn't have to defend the title against either of them, guess what? Now you're defending against both of them, and that's going to be the WrestleMania Night 1 main event, unless they give it to one of the women.
Yeah, that definitely feels like the direction we're going, and it feels very close to how they're going to get us there.
Yeah.
Like, that would just logically make sense storytelling-wise. Mm-hmm. Like, my whole Grande idea is just something I think would be hilarious to see.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You know, but if we're going to go and take that idea and shift it into something much bigger, doing it with Jacob and Cody in some sort of messed up fashion, because somehow I do expect Drew to insert himself into that match.
I have an idea.
God help us.
So El Grande Americano wins against OG Americano, unmasks OG Americano, whoever that is. That's, you know,
Chad Gable, continue.
Whoever that might be. Somehow we get to El Grande Americano versus Gunter retirement match.
There are no countouts in an Elimination Chamber match.
That is a factor there.
What? There's nothing there?
I like it, BJ. I like it.
Because if you think it's Ludwig Kaiser like everyone else seems to, then that would be a good matchup, seeing Kaiser versus Ludwig.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'm all for that. But does he unmask?
Yeah, of course.
He's gonna he's
Unmask.
gonna
Oh,
unmask.
no. Doesn't unmask. Just retires. Never see him again. And then next week, Ludwig comes back at Gunther's side.
He comes back and ring announces for Gunther again like nothing ever happened. The career killer.
He's going to get unmasked, and it's going to be Giovanni Vinci.
Yeah,
there's a swerve. Nah, man, fired.
El Grande Italiano.
Man, that's at Starbucks.
All this is available at your local Starbucks right now. Come get an OG Americano. The Elimination Chambers, they don't do the laying down 10 count.
It's pinfall or submission.
Yeah. Just like there shouldn't be, I don't believe there's rope breaks neither, which always bugs me out when I see a referee call a rope break in an ODQ match. Like, you can't disqualify him. You can't, or count. Where do you go? I'm just going to sit.
See, I don't have as much of a problem with that because if you have the presence of mind to grab a rope or put your foot on a rope, I think, you deserve the benefit of the doubt to break the count there.
All right, so but then it would work both ways. If the person pinning decides to use the ropes for leverage, it should be allowed.
Yes, I agree.
No, but when you see it go one way, it's like the Hell in a Cell match.
Then I just agree.
Yeah, no. But as an example of something with the stipulations, that's just weird. Oh, in the chat, Kid Legend. Thank you for joining us, sir.
What's good?
It was great seeing you compete last night, which we will be talking about this Tuesday.
That was a huge surprise. I was so happy, and it kind of got spoiled for me a little bit, but that's okay. And it wasn't DG who spoiled it either. But great to see you last night, man.
Yeah, man.
Sorry,
it was
I had
an
to
awesome
work.
time. But yeah, not just that this Tuesday. I guess I'll let the cat out of the bag on this. We will be having as a special guest on Indie Spotlight this Tuesday, OG Backseat, the man who created Pro Wrestling Unplugged, the one, the only, Johnny Cashmere. So please make sure to join us Tuesday.
Oh, hell yeah.
As we will be
talking original and just going back an OG. Can't wait to talk to Johnny.
Yeah, as we will be talking about, I didn't put it on here. His upcoming match at Midnight Express in Las Vegas for Hybrid Wrestling and PWU.
That's gonna be amazing.
We appreciate it, brother. We appreciate all the support. I think that deserves some type of sound clip here real quick. And we'll go with this.
Yeah. Sure.
Hey, Video Store Sasquatch, you want to check out some pretty good indie wrestling that is on YouTube on a weekly basis. There it is. Scan that QR. Let me move your comment out.
And
Yeah. Scan that QR code there. And subscribe to the Spo Wrestling YouTube page, where we do shows every Friday, and then the monthly PWU show, plus any other shows that happen at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, and they are always good shows. We had a good solid show this past night for APP, which we will also be talking about. Boy, there's going to be a lot to talk about on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to run a little long.
Not least of which is the new SPO heavyweight champion.
He's big.
He's a billboard big.
Oh, man.
It's my heavyweight champion, Big Billy Gold! You're watching BJ and DG talk wrestling, and that's gold! That's Billboard Billy Gold! And this is gold! This is Billboard BJ and DG talks gold!
I just love how angry he gets.
And yes,
It makes
this
me
past
laugh every
week,
time.
Big Billy Gold defeated Alex Rivera to become SPO heavyweight champion. He will be appearing this Friday the 13th.
And we have
disappeared, and we're back.
some exclusive comments from him just after he won the belt. That will be playing on
Yes.
Tuesday.
Oh,
Yes,
I just
we
realized
do.
this Friday is Friday the 13th. Does that mean Sam Reaper is going to be having something planned for this Friday? Oh,
He
boy.
will-
Oh, boy.
There is good wrestling on everywhere. I think it's
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the Roku channel. They have NWA. The Pluto TV channel, if you're ever bored, has a constant live stream of old TNA events as well.
Yup.
There's a AAA channel. It's in Spanish, but hey, it's still wrestling.
And there's plenty on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All over the place. You got
MLW
options.
does a lot of their shows on YouTube.
No.
Jersey Cup's usually always good. That looks like that's shaping up to be good this year as well. But yeah, let's see. So speaking of Elimination Chamber at the moment, we did
All
get
right,
our
mainstream wrestling.
yeah, we got sidetracked here, but that's okay.
Well, Kid Legend
had-
started
Don't blame Kid Legend.
it.
Yeah, that's my buddy, man. We had two qualifying triple threat matches for the Elimination Chamber. One for the men, one for the women.
Mhm.
For the women, notes. Tiffany Stratton defeated Chelsea Green and Lash Legend.
Yeah. I thought any three of them could have won that match.
Yeah.
And there were various times when each of them looked like they were going to win it. But yeah, I'm not surprised that Tiffany actually did finally get the W.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton makes sense. I was hoping for Lash Legend. I mean,
I
I
love
don't
me some
expect her
Chelsea
to
Green. Chelsea in an elimination chamber, I think that could be really fun.
Yeah.
But I would expect something like after you get the last the other like 4 spots filled. Maybe
You
you
have the
take the
last chance,
losers.
yep.
You put all the losers in a battle royal. The
Mhm.
winner of the battle royal gets the final spot.
And that's where Chelsea gets in.
Or somebody we don't expect at all.
So, well, let's see. We've just had this one match so far, but out of the two women who lost, Chelsea and Lash, who do you see is more likely to make it to the Elimination Chamber? out of those two?
Lash, honestly.
Yeah.
They you can see them that they have the rocket on her and the countdown's beginning.
Yeah, they're really starting to get
She had a really good showing in the Rumble. She's had really good showings since returning. Her promo work is good. It's not great, but it's good. She's getting there. It's a difference between NXT and the main roster, so you expect that growing to happen.
Right.
And she just looks like a star.
Yeah.
You know, the same thing with Jade. Everybody wants to crap on Jade. But ever since they turned her heel, I just wish she'd defend the title more than her upcoming title defense this week.
Yeah.
Because this will be her first title defense since winning it.
Yeah.
And she's had for 100-some days?
Yeah, she should be defending that thing and just beating down everyone who has come for it. That's how you book Jade Cargill.
Besides, her opponent's going to be Jordan Grace, so...
Yeah, that's a tough opponent, but I think Jordan, you book her to book it so Jordan looks strong, but Jade's still got to just power through it.
I will ask the question, though. Considering that this is the first title defense, they haven't really done nothing with Jade. And Bianca has not returned yet. Do we see something? Maybe Bianca returns, costs Jade the title. We put the title on Jordan, and we put real fuel to the fire of that feud.
If Bianca's returning, she's going to go right after Jade, and I think it'll be just a DQ.
I just had an idea. Bianca returns, gets that last spot into the Elimination Chamber, wins it, and gets Jade at WrestleMania.
Okay. So you could even have her return and just not do anything.
It's
Just show
just
up.
Well,
like,
you
oh,
could
hey,
do-
we have one more person to be in this last chance battle royal, and it's Bianca.
Or what you do is you hold. If that's the case, I hold off the return till Elimination Chamber, and I just have it up there that the sixth person is.
Mystery opponent.
Yep. And now you have to decide: does Bianca Belair now start that match so that you can hold off, or does she come out first and go into the pod? Because logically that would make sense. It's either everybody has to follow her return, or she's the last one to come out and starts the Elimination Chamber.
I kind of
feel
like her
like-
being the first one out and put into a pod. That way, everyone else who comes out gets to go over to that pod and interact with her.
Yeah. And then we get a reveal maybe on social media that as she was getting ready to come out, we get a reaction of her walking by Jade. And she just doesn't acknowledge Jade standing there.
I don't think you want them interacting until after elimination.
Well,
Chamber.
no, they don't interact. Like,
I
so,
don't.
like,
I don't think you want them
that
in frame
cross
together
path.
until after elimination chamber. I think you want to keep them apart until after
I,
elimination
I,
chamber.
I could picture Jade coming out after the match. Like, you raise
Yes.
the chamber, and
Yes.
then...
Much
then-
like Cena and Cody last year.
What happened with Cena and Cody last year?
Something with Travis Scott.
Yeah, I don't know something. I don't really remember that.
All I know is I'm not a fiend for it.
Nope, not at all. And the other, in the men's elimination chamber qualifier, Randy Orton defeats Solo and Aleister Black.
Yeah. Yep, that was the hoped for outcome out of that match, honestly. Because, Solo's got his whole thing going with MFT versus the Wyatt Six. He's still carrying around that lantern that used to be Bray's. Yeah. I mean, and then who I just completely farted on who Randy actually pinned in that match. Black, Aleister Black. Yeah, he's not done anything to warrant being in that conversation yet. If anything, he should be going after a mid-card belt, if anything. But
we all know he's better than that, but they haven't booked him like that.
Correct. I agree.
I
Not
would
saying
like
it's
to.
on him, but yeah.
I think like at some point after WrestleMania, if then we're gonna say if CM Punk somehow retains, Roman puts Punk over. Maybe you shift the roster some. You move Black over there and let him feud with CM Punk for the title.
Sure. I mean, I don't know.
I just
but
don't see him. It's
you
one of
need
those things
Black
where
to
I
do something first, though. It's like you're the guy poking him with the stick. Come on, do something.
I mean, he had that good feud with.
And he's
with
just sitting
Damian
there
Priest.
cross-legged.
Yeah, since the whole Damian Priest thing, there hasn't been a lot of room neither to start that new storyline at the moment,
True.
considering where we're going now.
Yeah.
You could, if they do some type of multi-man match for one of the mid-card titles, I could see him being in that
Sure.
at WrestleMania.
Yep, that would make sense.
Like, because it's
I don't
not
think he walks out with the title, but sure, throw him in that match.
because we know how good he is.
yeah,
And it just seems like WWE just doesn't know how to book him properly.
well,
pretty
AEW
much.
also proved they didn't really know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Well, AEW also has a bloated roster that they don't know what they're doing with week to week almost, outside of their major names.
Yeah, you might get a
Hey.
handful of good stories from AEW over the course of a year.
And the Callis family's basically the New World Order now.
Pretty much.
Like,
yeah,
it's
they just
ridiculous.
haven't given them enough. Like, that feud with Priest didn't really do anything for him.
No. Yeah.
No, but it gave him
warrants-
something. It gave him something to do, and it gave him a prime spot against somebody that they have faith in.
Yeah.
The thing that I got out of that feud most was, oh, hey, Aleister Black's married to Zelina Vega? I didn't know that. That's what I got out of that whole feud.
But right now, like, they're just in a weird spot where now you have to shift focus to WrestleMania and allow the pieces to fall in place. As long as they're keeping him in the conversation and on TV, that's what matters most, because then that's where you get him into some multi-man ladder match. Some type of scramble-esque type match for a championship.
Mhm.
You know? Or maybe you just try to keep him in neutral at the moment, doing his thing, and you get him starting some type of group or something.
Or what about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
If
they do that for the
I
men.
think that's Oba Femi's to win this year.
I don't think we see. You don't put Oba Femi in the chamber if he's not winning it.
Oh, no, I
Because
don't
then he
mean
has
it.
to take
I
the
thought you said the
pinfall.
Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sasquatch agrees.
No, I kind of agree that if Oba doesn't get the match with Brock, that's the next thing would be if they do it.
Yeah.
If they do it. They've done it every year. It's just become a SmackDown thing. So realistically, Oba could win that and still get his match.
Sure.
And that would elevate what it would mean and bring some meaning back to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, since it's not at WrestleMania anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the whole point of it, to be on the pre-show for WrestleMania and to get talents on the card.
Right.
Yep.
Instead, you just shifted it to SmackDown, and your go-home show usually will main event with that.
So valuable build-up time right before the event you're building to is taken up by something meaningless just to get people on TV.
So yeah, if that winner was to already have a match on the card scheduled and he wins it, hey, now you're kind of, at least for the time being, making it mean something.
Yeah.
Because then that could lead to, I think, Oba Femi's front runner to be King of the Ring.
Yeah.
If I go, in my opinion, if I go by the first year of Brock Lesnar and how they booked him, because that led to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar won King of the Ring because they didn't have the Battle Royal at the time, so you literally just had to build him up, beating people along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And he beats RVD to win King of the Ring. He wins the Undisputed Champ. He beats Hogan in the middle of everything, makes him a bloody mess with a bear hug, which leads to him and The Rock at SummerSlam 2002, which is a great match. If you've never seen that match, please go back and watch that match. That was actually a really good SummerSlam altogether, 2002.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can have him set up to face the champion of whatever show he's on. I think that's how King of the Ring usually works. The person that wins it, they get the main title shot on that show. And then he squashes whoever's the champion.
Yep.
Because I would think I go with Oba Femi, the track of thinking BJ had a year ago about Jacob Fatu not winning gold. In the sense of the main roster. If we're going to get him there, let's just do it because we see it already.
Yeah, get him over on his ability, and he doesn't need a championship to...
And a win over Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania is better than any mid-card championship.
Oh, absolutely.
Just if that's the route they go. And I get this match I've been talking about for like a year now.
Yeah, there's a lot fewer guys that have beaten Brock at WrestleMania than have held on any of the international U.S. titles. That's a much shorter list.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
I didn't mean to hit that.
You just made the list!
But yeah, I think that would be a really good route to go. In that sense. If you were to use that playbook, and even if it's just bullet points of it, you know, because now you're giving Oba Femi these things that mean something, or you're trying to make mean something again. So if the Andre the Giant Memorial winner goes on to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, goes on to become King of the Ring, goes on to become World Heavyweight Champion, you know, even if he ends up dropping the title at some point before the following WrestleMania, you know, you're just looking at that's a great first year.
Yeah, that looks great on a graphic for the next year. Yep, you keep that up there. That's just accolades that can always go with him throughout his career.
I'm glad to see that some of our regulars did catch on that we were on early today before the Super Bowl and made it in. Happy to see that.
Yes.
And just real quick, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to us on Twitch, Instagram, obviously here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed here, then I don't know what you're doing with yourself.
Yeah.
And on our and both our Facebook group and page that we have, just so you don't miss anything.
But most importantly, right here on YouTube.
The flagship.
Yes.
Kind of what we were just talking about was that
Yes.
it doesn't mean anything no more, which was why, as you came out, I was talking about if Oba Femi were to win that and already have a match lined up with Brock Lesnar the next night. He beats Brock, wins, goes on to win King of the Ring. You keep him strong, put the world title on him. You know, now you've made that, you kind of almost now turned that into a launching pad of what King of the Ring used to be. King of the Ring used to be the testing of, can somebody main event?
Right, yeah.
Way back when we're talking like in the 90s and the early 2000s.
In its first iteration.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I would be all for as well, maybe if the person doesn't already have a match scheduled for WrestleMania. Maybe the winner, as Steven Chambers said, gets some kind of title shot at the mid-card championship. Royal Rumble winner gets the main event a couple months prior. You know, you could make that mean something, or they get into a mid-card title match that's on the show if there's a multi-man match booked. That is a completely acceptable idea.
Yeah, sure.
And speaking of Oba Femi, let's talk about his appearances on Raw and SmackDown this week.
Yeah, let's do. Yeah,
The poor War Raiders.
Yeah, they were cannon fodder.
Oh man,
he made them look just like these two guys were supposed to be like this fierce, dominant tag team, and I mean, it goes to show just how dominant Oba Femi himself is, but it also kind of served to make the War Raiders really. I was never really a huge fan of theirs. The Viking Raiders gimmick killed them for me because that's how I was introduced to them, and I feel like it did that for a lot of people. So they've always kind of just been a joke faction, me anyway. But yeah, I understand that's not how they always were. I know, but I'm just saying that's how I was introduced to them, and Oba Femi beating them down just brought me right back to that time.
But it's one of those things to where an established tag team was not able to take this guy who's a rookie. Yeah, like that, it was really a sight to see. But
and
as
these are
soon
not
as
two small guys.
no, and it was just like I felt so bad for him, but I'm like, oh, but this is gonna make Oba look so good.
Yes, and it did. However, it also made the War Raiders look like total ass.
Yeah. When they've been made to look very dominant in the past, you know, it's a strange choice. I would have gone with maybe the Creeds.
Yeah, sure. Why not? It can't be any worse.
I would have thrown out the tag team Americanos out there even. Let him toss them around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they are much smaller. They have capes even. They can fly.
They have capes.
So, yeah, I mean, any team that was not like a couple of 300-pounders that he was throwing around would have made. Yeah.
I wanted it to be Otis as well.
Well, you can't have that happen. They have a tag team title match coming up this Monday night.
Right.
So, yeah, they can't be made to look that weak right now.
Yeah.
You going to find two local indie guys?
Right?
Right? Where were they?
Yeah, Monday
Oh,
was
hold
in
on.
Philly.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. Speaking,
Yeah. A couple friends of ours would have done it.
yeah. Speaking of that, for those that were paying attention, I forgot to upload the photo, so I'll have it for Tuesday. Some indie wrestlers we know collectively as a group were on that show as extras as security guards this week.
Yeah.
Homeless Vaughn,
Yep.
the current PWU Tag Team Champions, the Shot Callers. And then I saw him in ISPW when they were out here last year or the year before. Joey Ace. He was standing up front with the dark beard.
Yeah. Good to see the local guys out there on the national platform. Actually, the
Oh, yeah.
worldwide platform, because that was Netflix. So, yeah.
I haven't had a chance to watch AAA yet from this week, but I did hear about that.
Interesting. Cool. All right. So they're continuing it into AAA programming even. I like that. Good crossover.
Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana won the mixed tag team titles.
Nice.
Chelsea
like
Green
that.
is apparently injured and wasn't able to be there.
Okay.
So Ethan, I don't know who Ethan Page's partner was, but they just took his phone. I didn't read that far. With the crazy morning and stuff that I had.
Okay. So Chelsea now can have a gripe that she lost a belt when she didn't even have a chance to defend it.
It's a Chelsea Green thing to happen.
Yeah. I mean, she can always go and cry to her husband now who's on the roster. So.
Oh, boy.
And we did get a nice little backstage segment with Matt Cardona this week.
Yes, we did. You know, I'll take JBL on AAA commentary because I'm used to his heel work from his days on SmackDown over
my
Booker
God.
T on NXT.
Well, Booker T on
JBL as a heel announcer on AAA seems perfect to me just because of his personality and knowing who he is. Him as a heel with AAA, yeah, that makes total sense.
But let's see. Look at SmackDown this week. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley successfully defended their tag team championships against Kiana James and Julia.
No surprise.
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised there neither.
That's going to be a fun match when it happens.
Poor Kit Wilson.
A fun 30-second match.
Poor Kit Wilson just issuing that open challenge and then that's how Oba Femi comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, Kit. What you gonna do? When you gonna learn?
Oh man. We had Carmelo Hayes defeat The Miz, so that's been an ongoing thing. Dragunov slowly being involved with that as well. Maybe a triple threat. I think that could be one of the mid-card titles or whatever that gets that multi-person match.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing a three-way match between Miz, Mello, and Dragunov for that belt. That could be a fun WrestleMania match. Or actually, I guess that would be one of the matches on Elimination Chamber since that's what we're building towards right now. Makes more sense.
Or we see some combination of that in the chamber and that still spills over. And you long-term book it at this point. Because another person, I think I'd make it a fatal four-way and I put Trick Williams in it. They've been really positioning him and there's going to be no room at the top of the card for him.
But it also seems like they're intentionally having Trick do stuff away from Mello right now. Like they had him doing that whole interaction with Ray Phoenix this past week. So it seems like they're intentionally keeping him away from Mello.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. And then Drew, him coming out and interrupting Drew at the top there. Yeah, that was fun.
But if you do it in like a multi-man way where he's being added to the match or earning his way into it, you're not directly implying that those two are the feud.
Yeah, I know, but I understand, but I also still feel like they're not ready to do that. They're not ready to have Trick and Mello be in the same ring on the main roster yet.
I'm just saying, if it were to happen, you kind of start planting the seeds in the future. Because a multi-man match, the story's more on just who's going to come out the winner and the champion successfully defending it.
I also don't feel like if you're going to have Trick and Mello interact and have like a match or anything, you don't necessarily want that to initiate in a multi-man match because of their history. You want them to have that one-on-one type of thing.
Because there's the chance of that hijacking the match and overriding any other story from the other people in the match. You want that to be its own thing.
Yes. I mean, if I was to look at it at the moment, even with him, you got Miz, you have Miz and Dragunov, which everybody in there can carry it. And the only person, in all honesty, who's the odd man in that is Miz. Because he really has no history outside of main roster stuff with them.
Yeah, but Miz also, at this point, he's a veteran. And the way that he brought Mello up, so to speak, the way he sees it, that is his history. That's all the history he needs there.
Yeah.
I mean, even that's the route they go. It would just be weird that they're doing all this with Trick and he's not in some type of position in a mid-card championship match or at least a highlighted match for a feud.
Well, sure.
Because right now he's just coming out and interrupting people.
Yeah.
We had the Ray Phoenix confrontation. He interrupted Drew McIntyre as he was leaving the ring before the main event on SmackDown.
Well, he hasn't had a main roster match yet, right?
Correct. Yes, he has.
Was there one?
Yeah, he's had a couple.
I mean, since his official signing.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't seen SmackDown in months.
Okay. But yeah, but I don't like I said, I don't feel like a multi-man title match is the way to first have Mello and Trick interact on the main roster. I want that one-on-one.
Yeah, definitely. That's got to be its own thing. Just a matter of how they get there.
Yeah.
And I mean, just as an example, let's say you were to use it and Trick hits Mello with a move that makes Mello lose the match in the multi-man match. You still, it is WWE booking to do stuff like this. And that's kind of what I'm going off to. You know, WWE uses literally a 30-man Royal Rumble to launch storylines going into WrestleMania.
Yes, I agree. However, different situation.
Yeah.
But they've done it before, multi-person matches where something happens, or we have 2 or 3 different storylines converging in this multi-person match. That's how we've gotten almost every tag team ladder match over the last 10 years at WrestleMania.
But this would be starting a fresh storyline within the confines of another storyline.
Yeah.
This is different than, multiple storylines converging. This is throwing him in there for no reason and then starting a storyline because he's in.
Well, again, we are talking about the WWE here.
And yeah, it doesn't seem like something they would do, really.
Something that we hope they wouldn't do.
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like Trick, they're going to give him a one-on-one feud soon.
So, who would it be? Who would you put one-on-one match at WrestleMania? Something you can highlight. Who's his opponent?
Well, I'm not talking Mania. I'm just talking
No, but I'm just saying, you're going... The way they're positioning him, they want him to be remembered. They made sure we saw him twice on SmackDown at the top of the card.
Right. Okay. So what I'm saying we could potentially do, we have this 3-way match at Elimination Chamber between Mello, Miz, and Dragunov. After that, you can set up Trick versus Mello going into WrestleMania.
Right.
That
you
works
got 3
fine.
months.
Yeah. We've got time to get to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's still plenty.
Yeah, you don't need to insert Trick into this U.S. title 3-way thing right now.
But I'm seeing, but also in my head,
you got him starting off this thing with Ray Phoenix. It looks like so. Let that play out through Elimination Chamber. After that, then have him cross paths.
I don't know where you guys got that
at
the multi.
Oh, hey, I like that belt you got. Might be nicer around my shoulder though.
I'm just trying to figure out where you guys got a multi-man match at Elimination Chamber when my thought is the multi-man match happens at WrestleMania.
I didn't say anything about it happening.
You asked us to get to a single match between Trick and Mello. I did by using Elimination Chamber as a multi-man match. That's how I got.
Yeah, but you already have two eliminations.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Why would you put another multi-man match on Elimination Chamber when there's two multi-person matches happening in chamber matches?
Because
why not? We're wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? It's only a 3-man match. It's not a chamber match. It's a 3-way match for a title. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but you're taking away from what makes that, like, any other matches should be one-on-one matches at that point, or a tag team match. For like a tag team title match. Not a triple threat or something like that. Because you're already playing essentially the same concept of a multi-person match that's going to open and close your...
Yeah.
So you're going to open with a 6-person chamber match. Then you're going to do a triple threat match. And then whatever match is number 3. And then you're going to do another multi-person match Elimination Chamber. It's already burning the concept, burning it at both ends.
We've seen it before.
And even then, still doesn't make sense to do it.
I don't see a problem with it at all.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's just one of those things where I think the multi-person match for a championship happens at WrestleMania. You don't do a fatal 4-way or a triple threat in between 2 chamber matches. You're just burning the crowd. You're just burning the crowd out on the concept that's there live. We're not talking about the indies here, where you can do whatever you want because there's only a couple hundred to 1,000 fans in the building.
We're talking about WWE, where you can do whatever you want because it's WWE.
I kind of see it as like WWE's WrestleMania being more about individual feuds and not as much multi-man matches. I mean, sure, we've seen a few of them here and there with like little booking or little storytelling leading up to it, and some with a lot of story leading up to it. But yeah, WrestleMania should be the one-on-one feuds and not just like.
But we've seen in the past when it comes to mid-card championships or like the tag team championships, they typically use those to make it a multi-person match. Otherwise, Matt Cardona never becomes Intercontinental Champion for 24 hours.
Yeah. I mean, the booking's all over the place. I'm just saying that's more a preference for me. I would rather the WrestleMania settles all the feuds rather than just throwing together a bunch of guys.
I mean, I'm okay even with WrestleMania being a launching point of something.
WrestleMania, though, it traditionally has been where everything gets wrapped up, and the next Raw is where everything else goes.
That's not necessarily true. That is not 100% true. We maybe get a couple, like, some of the matches don't really have stories sometimes. Like, if we're talking about like a multi-man ladder match, the story's literally the ladder match. It's not necessarily the people
WrestleMania should be about this, like, finishing the stories and, you know what I mean? And, like, not just throwing together a match just to throw together a match.
What do you guys want to talk about?
You said finishing the story.
Yeah, he should have never finished the story. But here's the story.
What? Yeah, what?
I know. I hate the fact that he finished the story. I feel like if his story was not finishing the story. Since he finished the story, it's been boring. There's been nothing to it.
Well, that story's over. Now, time for the Cody story, not the
when's that start?
Story.
When does that start?
Maybe after he beats Drew again sometime in the next few years. I don't know.
I'd rather watch cartoons. or if he turns heel, that would be amazing. Then we would get a new dynamic, and we wouldn't get boring old Cody.
I mean, I just wish that with finishing the story, he just didn't get a year of just championship defenses without no real story context till Kevin
what I'm-
Owens at the end of the year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't do anything with him. It's like, all right, what's the story after that? No, he's just going to beat everyone for a while. You know?
Yeah.
I'm optimistic for this WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania next year is going to be the drizzling shits in Saudi.
Yeah, I don't know what we're up for in Saudi with that WrestleMania.
Hopefully not more hijacked planes. Wow. Hey, it happened. But Heyman and Lesnar and Vince got out. Oh
Like,
yeah, Squatch. It'll look amazing, obviously. But
yeah, but if we look at just the Royal Rumble as an example of what could happen, like that stadium, because of how they built those seats with those stupid lights on them, that arena looked completely empty. And SmackDown was only legitly half the arena was filled.
So bad. But, TKO's willing to take their money, whatever. They'll put the product on over there if their money's green. Or
And I mean,
whatever
I'm
color.
not going to say, in all honesty, I'm not going to say I don't know what that card's going to look like. I've heard rumors of some of the things the Saudi Prince wants. Like, he wants Roman Rock on that show.
oh yeah, it'll be Yokozuna versus Stone Cold. The Undertaker against Andre the Giant.
I want Hogan versus Macho Man.
The Iron Sheik will finally make it to the ring.
Yes, Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter as a tag team.
1 hour later.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We should. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the way things shape up, not only for this Mania, but the seeds being planted for. Yeah, Taker Flair. The seeds being planted for what's to come in Saudi.
We'll get MJF versus The Miz in the main event for the WWE Undisputed Championship and the AEW Championship because MJF's is going to bring the belt with him.
Money.
But on TV, it'll just be referred to as that other company's championship. And then MJF will win the WWE Championship, and he'll throw the AEW Championship in the garbage.
I don't know. It kind of does beg a question, though. Do you really think MJF would wrestle in Saudi?
No.
No.
Hold on. If he was being completely overpaid to do it,
Yeah.
maybe.
Like, how overpaid are we talking, though?
I don't know. I'm not a Saudi prince.
Oh, you're not?
Could have fooled me. I was promised, a princely sum to appear on this show every week.
Yeah, it's still in the mail.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, speaking of AEW at the moment.
Yeah.
MJF's face.
Oh. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk politics, really. But there was a certain chant the crowd was doing. And it delayed the main event. They kind of let the crowd just get it out their system. And it made MJF break character and just look at the camera. Like, talk about fourth wall break in wrestling. That's almost what it felt like in a movie, like The Office with Jim Halpert. And he just looks at the camera when something happens or he's about to do something.
Yeah, he was just like, okay, sure.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, Brody King squashes MJF. Thanks to put context to it, Adam Page came out.
Right. It wasn't
Which
just an outright squash.
It almost makes me feel like if Adam Page wasn't planned to go out, they used that as well to divert fans' attention and get them paying attention to something else.
Yeah.
And no, I was okay with the squash. Like, given how much time they actually even had left with their overrun, if you did a full match with them, you're looking at that show ending 10:20ish,
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like that.
it didn't. That segment didn't start until after the hour, the 10 o'clock
Yep.
hour. Hey, Rick.
I'm not blind just because I wear glasses.
3
You know
wise.
what? That's disappointing, Rick. Photo. But Rick Blade, it is always good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Wow, Rick Blade and Kid Legend in our chat today.
We are honored.
But yeah, so Adam Page comes out and it sets up the distraction just for Brody King to put him in that sleeper hold. And that was it from there. A power bomb, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like it. It makes sense because of
Yeah.
like a character like MJF and how he presents himself.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that match happens, it was just going to happen at Grand Slam. Like, how does MJF retain the title against him? Are we looking at somebody coming out to help him, even if it's unintentionally?
Maybe. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Brody have the title right now. It would, and Australia.
It would be weird, but I'd be all about it.
Yeah, Australia feels like it would be a good place for him to win it too, because Australia, they are fairly in line with Brody and his views that he's expressed lately. So, yeah, while I could see that happening and I wouldn't mind it, I don't think MJF's losing that belt. There's going to be a way, some underhanded, devious thing happens, and yeah, he's going to just have a way to walk out of there with that belt again.
Just real quick, responding to some stuff in chat. Yeah, the Kenny Omega Andrade match was really good this week as well.
Yeah, that.
And
the
Andrade's OnlyFans girls.
You know what? Even if the ref had rung the bell for the match to start, the fans still would have chanted that.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to stop the fans chanting just because you ring the bell.
No.
Brody King, most fans know Brody King's stance on that situation, and that's why they were chanting it.
Yes.
But hey, I have no problem with that. It made their squash, which by the way, Brittany Brooks, who's going to be on Midnight Express, made her AEW Dynamite debut this week in that match with Orange and Tony.
Was that the Wheeler Yuta and Maria Shafir match?
Yes.
The lead up
hair versus hair match.
That match hasn't. Yeah,
that's at Grand Slam. That's Grand
Slam.
Oh,
okay. I thought that might have been
coming up. No.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. While I feel like
definitely.
This is an obvious setup for Wheeler and Marina to be the ones shaving their heads, I feel like Orange and Tony would offer some great comedic fodder if they did shave their heads.
It works either way.
Yes.
But Orange Cassidy, I just see him doing it himself casually.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Whatever.
He'd just be like, whatever, it's just hair. Boom. Meanwhile,
He'll be back in a couple months.
Tony does it. She's dramatic about it, but then she embraces it.
And then she can wear wigs.
Yes, exactly.
Continue her acting roles.
There's a lot of fodder both ways.
But also, it definitely suits Marina and
their
Wheeler.
looks.
Like, they're badasses. Sure, shave your head. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus the Wheeler with the long hair look, just dude, really, it ain't working, bro.
Yeah, he kind of looks homeless.
We had Gabe Kidd with Clark Connors attacking Darby Allin on Dynamite this week and leaving him just like in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
Dragged there in the body bag. Sure, why not? Nobody will notice that.
I mean, it's a desert.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's like the just married cans on the back of a car.
But yeah, Andrade Kenny Omega was really good. I
Until an
thi-
OnlyFans model ruins it.
This I agree with. I hate the idea that it seems like everybody joining AEW is all of a sudden a member of the Callis family. It feels like the NWO all over again.
Yeah. They should turn him face and have him be on his own, or maybe form some.
Or
kind of
let him be
lead
heel and just let him do what he's doing. Just get rid of these OnlyFans content creators that are posting stuff like, oh, this is so fake. Or at least smarten them up not to post shit like that.
Yeah, they're not the brightest women that they're bringing in there, obviously. So, is what it is.
So stupid.
This is what happens when you bring, porn stars into wrestling.
Hey, nothing
No
bad
other way
ever
to put
happened with Jeff and St. Clair back in the day.
Yeah, right?
He probably had to pay for their OnlyFans pages to get him there. So maybe he did pay him something.
I mean, I'm sure someone has a subscription backstage.
Oof.
Probably Sammy Guevara.
Oh, what's I think of it?
Oh, she does too.
Okay.
Come on, man. We all know it's the Young Bucks. Ricochet and Jack Perry had a good national championship match this week as well.
Yep.
Bald.
Did not expect Jack Perry to win that, but yeah, still good showing.
I was hoping he would. But it's okay. Ricochet's actually doing something relevant at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently WWE didn't fully trash his career.
Man, so much.
But yeah, Wednesday night was a night for eliminator matches because both championship eliminator matches that happened, the challengers won. Megan Bain and Penelope Ford beat the Babes of Wrath. So I believe, wow, I just said the name of that show. Whatever the name of that, that show. They're getting a tag team title match.
Yep.
Ciampa's doing open challenges on Collision now.
I loved his promo. Loved it. And especially, I was waiting the entire time. I'm like, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Then he got up and threw the chair. I was like, he did it. Yes.
That was great.
Yeah. And that, it's Sylvie, not Goldie.
Yep.
Yeah, which I thought was great.
Yeah, because
Squatch fan, that is a crying shame. In the chat, his DVR seemed to have an error, and he didn't get to see anything after the Omega match.
Oh dear.
That kind of reminds me of this.
Yeah, kind of. That's why I brought it up.
Oh, which, by the way, Captain Heel reached out to me, so there will be an interview with me coming with him in the future.
Cool.
Everybody keep an eye out for that. Let's see. We had Will Ospreay video package this week, too.
Yeah.
Just updating fans. Really can't wait whenever he's able to return.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro.
But yeah, let's talk some NXT. We had a couple interesting things on NXT this week. Robert Stone's, after Ava left, is now interim general manager for the time being.
Robbie E, GM.
Yeah, always been a fan. Even when he was doing his goofy bromance gimmick in the TNA with Jesse Goddard and DJZ.
God, it was so annoying.
Oh, it was great though. It was great and how annoying it was. And then he actually got a little more respectable stories and roles in TNA before he left. Great seeing him resurface in NXT, and now he's the GM. Would love to see him back in the ring, but it's great to see him on the screen.
I think he's better. He's pretty well suited for what he's doing right now.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and after Ava, the way that she abruptly left, you just needed a hard pivot because she was involved in like every storyline. Like if she had just bailed out Tony D'Angelo, she's involved over here. She's doing this with this crew, and so to just have her suddenly out of the picture for
She
all
just
of
couldn't
that,
take it anymore.
yeah, and having her out of the picture on all of that, they just had to come and be like, all right, all we're going to do is we're going to name Stone as interim GM. That's going to be it with the GM role this week. We're not going to do anything else with it. This is all we're going to do. That's it. And
Oh, Stephen Chambers in the chat. I like that. Bring Regal back
sure, yeah,
just to hear him say War Games.
War games! War games!
but Regal is a hell of an authority figure, and
Yeah, he was great.
yeah,
He was great in NXT.
Yeah.
and then even AEW when they gave him his little run as GM
Right.
there, yeah. And then, he goes and does the Blackpool Combat Club thing before he leaves. And, that was still good, but, it wasn't his authority necessarily.
That ultimately became the Death Riders.
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's come a long way.
Yeah. Blackpool, the original, just him and Moxley and Bryan Danielson.
Yep. And then they added Claudio eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. Brings me back.
Yeah.
Yeah. NXT this week, we also had Tony D'Angelo finally speak for the first time since his return, and it seems like he's fully focused on Dark State.
Mm-hmm. For now. Until whatever number 2 is that he was going to talk about. And it's just like, number 2, you'll find that out. For the second reason why he came back.
Yeah, Stephen Chambers, what I heard about that, I just heard her contract was up and she didn't want to do it anymore.
No, I did hear she did get an offer, but it was a lowball offer.
Yeah. And, too stressful for her,
No,
Surprises me a little bit that they try and lowball Rock's daughter in TKO with him being on the board.
hey, business is business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Tony's promo was good on Tuesday night to get us to see where he's at now. And if his focus is on Dark State, that's going to be interesting because he is somebody who could probably run through a decent amount of that group without help until he needs to get help.
Who's the help?
Don't know that Tony has any more help. Yeah.
No,
Not
right
the
now.
family. Not the
No,
family.
well, definitely not the family. But you could see someone just wanting to fight. Sure, I got you.
Joe Hendry, Hank and Tank.
I don't know.
There's your
Seems like this new Tony D'Angelo persona is very much a lone wolf. Like he has abandoned the concept of family.
It does seem that way.
It does seem that way, but if it was eventually to have some type of group confrontation, like, if I'm just looking at what would be there currently at the current state, depending on when it would happen, yeah, I would look at somebody like the NXT, maybe a Joe Hendry. It all depends on who else and what other storylines are going on. Who
What's
could
his
they
name?
attack?
What's his name? Silas? No.
Shiloh Hill.
Shiloh. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, that's another name there. Yeah.
Shiloh Hill, I like the kid despite all of the just. There seems to be reasons why I should not really care about him that much, but I like the kid. Like I like just watching him talk. Just ramble into the camera, and it works. The character, it shouldn't work, but it does, and I'm compelled to watch him. I don't understand it, but I like it.
Agreed.
Yeah, this week also had a lot of championship matches. We had Izzy Dame retain the North American Championship against Thea Hale and Lola Vice. Mm-hmm. We had the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship with the Elegance brand retaining against Soruka Azaria, which I loved the ending to that match with the counter into the Soul Snatcher and Azaria taking it.
And Elegance brand, once we get to TNA, I can't wait to talk about them on there.
Oh, that they're breaking elegance, they're breaking bad cosplays was freaking great.
Yeah. Yeah. Great to see Ash back in action, too.
Yeah, she made her return to the ring. I'm glad it was nothing serious because she was on a really good roll, just got that championship, so I hope somewhere along the way they decide to put that title back on her because she deserves to have the run.
She never lost it. Yeah, she absolutely deserves another match. She never lost that belt.
Yeah, you just have to get there, that's all.
I think she's there.
No, but you not to interrupt any other storylines going, just to give her the shot.
I think Ash, she's one of those exceptions where she should interrupt the storyline. She should insert herself into the storyline.
No. If they insert the character, fine. But if they were to sit there and look at the booking and just be like, all right, we've been building all this. We're just stopping now, and we're giving her okay, so you're uprooting everything you've built for the last 4 months. Especially with the channel change and them going to AMC, there's already been enough complaints. You've been building up stuff and building people up, and then you just cut it short. No, you make fans lose interest. But if you're just going to do that to me, like that's something WWE did back in the day. Like, and then they wonder why they have trouble getting stars over because you put them in a position and then you just yank the rug out from under them.
Yeah.
You can get Ash back there naturally. You can get her back there naturally, winning some matches, let her get the rust off. And then you can put her back in a position to regain the title.
Might be me being selfish right now because it's the first time I've been really giving a crap about Dana Brooke. And once she finally found a personality that...
That's the Tony Storm conversation.
Yes, all over again. Same thing. So, yeah, I want to see her back there for selfish reasons and as soon as possible. The Mr. Elegant storyline, I agree, not on NXT, but it's working so well for TNA.
Yeah, I wish they had him on NXT with them, but I understand why they did it. Because there was no reason to bring him over, right? It would just be one more piece, but keep him on TNA. The way that they introduced him and everything, I love it. I'm here for it. The Elegance brand for being for the potentially awful, just stink that it could have had around it. No, they're making it work very well. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, it's been one of the things I've been looking forward to watching TNA lately.
Yeah, no, TNA's been doing good stuff lately. And I feel like it's just a product of everybody expected a new channel and everything just to abruptly shift. No, they're doing good things over there right now. Let them cook. They don't need to be doing big things because everything they do is going to get... It's the same thing with almost AEW. AEW's doing big shows right now to try to counter WWE because it's WrestleMania season.
And it's a slow burn. It's a weekly show. You don't need 5-star matches every week. You know what I mean? You need to tell the stories and get to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so also...
AEW tries to make every match
Yeah.
TNA,
they have the matches that allow their undercard stars to start building themselves up through, effective wins that give them legitimacy. And then at the top of their roster, well, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that it's more or less the NXT level, I guess, for lack of a better term. They do let those stars shine up at the top of the roster. Like Mike Santana, he has been elevated to the championship.
Frankie Kazarian.
Kazarian.
He's
Nick
50
Nemeth.
years old.
Yeah.
And we all know that those two guys, Nick Nemeth, are not NXT level. They're well beyond that. It's just that's what they get pigeonholed into being.
I'm just saying that.
TNA roster.
Right.
Nick Nemeth is owed a world championship match currently. He is a former TNA world champion.
Yeah, he's still got that trophy in his back pocket.
But no, it's just the idea they don't rush through their stories, and everybody was all of a sudden expecting this quick burn through everything because everybody has people nowadays have a 5-second attention span to stuff. That's why every week. That's why we go from, oh hey, let's push this guy to the title. Oh, our guy got the title. Now screw him. We want that guy to have the title. Now.
Yeah.
And then people wonder why wrestling, that now people like WWE, you have stuff like Jey Uso completely over with the yeet chant and everything. Well, look how fans
He's
are
over with the
responding. Yeah. Look how the fans are responding. What do you expect them to do? Say no to money? Because a minority of the fans don't like it? There's going to be a minority of the fans that don't like everything. Or certain things. It is very rare that 100% of the fandom agrees on something, and the last time that happened, R-Truth got fired.
He wasn't fired. His contract ran.
Yeah, well, whatever. We got him back. The outcry actually worked. So, we got truth.
Yeah, that would be a step in the right direction. Steven Chambers in chat.
I have the same theory as well
Yeah.
with the new state of the system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to know something? Yeah, Alicia's just playing everybody. She's still a part of the system, full.
Yeah.
I don't believe that she left.
I don't think Mustafa Ali needs the title, but it would be nice to see him eventually elevated into that picture.
Yeah, agreed.
I want to see him with a belt. I feel
Eventually.
I feel like he has earned a belt.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like if Order 4 has a belt in their possession like that, then the whole group just elevates and they really take control in TNA.
And remember, if he doesn't get hurt, back in 2018, 2019, we don't have Kofi Mania. We have Ali Mania.
Yes. Yes, true.
Yeah. And I mean, right now with the state of TNA, like, the last time he held gold, he had that great run as X Division champion.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you don't just want to race the title run again to uproot other stories you have going on, unless there's a reason behind it.
Right.
You know, like, as an example for, like, Ash by Elegance. Hey, I never lost that title. I want a match for it. And you could give her the match with some weird finish where she doesn't win she can win the match and not the title, so that you can have it bookmarked to revisit.
Mm-hmm. Something
You
like
know,
that. But
yeah, there's just ways to get there. It's just everybody always expects it to be right then and now. You know, we had the conversation a year and a half ago with Joe Hendry chasing the TNA championship, and they kept doing these weird finishes, and it was like, why won't they just pull the trigger?
And then once they finally got to Genesis and gave him the belt, finally, it was like, yes.
Yeah, and then great stories from there that was with the NXT TNA crossover thing going, you know. Led to Trick Williams becoming TNA champion, you know, on NXT nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
He won that title on an NXT show. That title change didn't happen on TNA.
Yep.
So, you know, sometimes I just wish fans wouldn't rush to get to the conclusion of a story. Like, certain stories aren't long-term, but then there's other things where you kind of see the vision, and most wrestling fans are like, all right, we just don't want it to play for too long, where we get burnt out of seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you just get to burnout where it's the same thing every week, where it's like, all right, are they going to do this now? Are we finally getting this? Because that's what they almost did with Joe Hendry in TNA. How many bad finishes can you do where you keep putting him in the main event and somehow screwing him out of the title when you know it's what your fans obviously want?
Well, I mean, it's a standard trope in wrestling.
Yeah, but just the way they did it, it happened. There wasn't a space in between of it. We're like, oh, he's not in the main event of this. You know, it was just like the pay-per-views. Oh, right, he earns another title shot. You have some type of wonky finish that makes it so he doesn't win the title. We get to the next TNA big show. we got another wonky finish where he doesn't win the title. But speaking of Joe Hendry and winning titles anyway, your winner from the NXT ladder match this week for the NXT Championship, Joe Hendry outlasting Ricky Saints, Keanu Carver, Sean Legacy, Shiloh Hill, Jackson Drake, and Dion Lennox.
Yep. Yeah. Out of all of those names, Joe Hendry and Ricky Saints were the two most likely, in my mind, to walk out with the belt at the end of the night. And yeah, I think that they got the call right here. Ricky Saints, yeah, he has had the belt, but Joe Hendry, they just brought him in there. You got to put the belt on him before he gets called up to main roster.
Yeah, you got to give him a title run. At least.
I don't think that we see Joe Hendry on the main roster anytime soon outside of a special appearance, and not as a necessary call up. Because now
I think we go for about a year.
Yeah, just so that they can build other stars. Because now we're in that transitional period where the next set of call-ups are going to probably be somebody like JC Jane, Melo's girlfriend, fiance, Kalani Jordan.
Oh, I had no idea.
So Ruka will probably be on that list as well. I think the next wave of call-up is going to be more of the women's side, a bit more heavier there.
I'd like to see Hank and Tank get a call-up.
Yeah, but...
I like their personalities. I don't feel like they're main roster ready material, though.
Keanu Carver is one of the newer guys. I believe he was from Evolve.
Yeah.
But he's a monster, and he was a guy when we were talking about the ladder match last week that I would consider in a complete swerve of everything and putting that title on him because he looks like he's going to be a monster.
Your title reign going to be short because Saint's going to be Hendry either roadblock or stand and deliver, so Hendry is going to the main roster.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
It's too soon. NXT needs the drawing power at the moment.
Yeah, Hendry doesn't need NXT, but right now they need him.
Agree.
Yeah. And the main roster doesn't need Joe Hendry. And anyway, how does Joe Hendry work best? When it's random. So, we have some, random moment or something on the main roster where a reference to him's made and then his music hits.
Yeah, I want to see Joe Hendry main roster.
So do
but
I.
I feel like, NXT is the spot for him currently. I feel like he's got a lot of stuff that he can help other younger talent there. He doesn't necessarily need the development. He doesn't necessarily need the polish. It's not going to hurt him being there. But I feel like he's going to be helping more than it would be hurting him to not be on the main roster.
This is a match I would love to see somewhere down the line. Keanu Carver versus Jasper Troy.
Yeah, a couple of big boys going at each other.
But there is a lot within NXT, and you gotta remember they are a developmental brand, just like Evolve is, and Evolve's just the first stage now to get there. That NXT, both developmental brands, and we have to remember that has to stay stocked at all times. You gotta constantly rebuild there to where main roster, you don't necessarily have to have that constant rebuild as it is plug and play with certain superstars that you are calling up or signing. We still have to see where formerly known as Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys.
Yep. It was interesting how he was introduced on at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, definitely. Flashing his name up there, and then,
Yeah, it took me a second to realize what was going on when, Powerhouse Hobbs, cool. Oh, wait a minute, right. Royce
I reacted
Keys,
right away.
Federation.
DG was there, obviously. I reacted right away. Like, oh!
I was like, oh, look at that big middle finger to AEW.
Well, I mean, if AEW can still just use the name Ricochet, whatever.
Well, I think
Ricochet owned his name.
Yeah, he's used that everywhere.
That's another thing, like today with trademarks and stuff, a lot of people put more stock into it than need be. Mm-hmm. A lot of companies aren't so heavy on that outside of the WWE, and they allowed him to keep it. because they're like because they didn't see no drawing power in it. Powerhouse keys.
Yeah, sure.
That sounds like a drug.
I'm
Royce Hobbs.
assuming
No,
though
wait,
at
that's
some
too close to the natural.
I'm assuming at some point though, there'll be some powerhouse references made.
What a powerhouse this guy is.
But yeah, so it is that time of the episode.
Oh no.
Our
oh,
match
okay,
of
not
the
a
week.
no. I thought it was a different time of the episode you were talking about.
Party time.
But yeah, match of the week, gentlemen.
Getting my reference out.
All right, my match of the week, I am going with that NXT men's title ladder match. That was a great match, and Joe Hendry, as your winner, I'm all about it. So, yeah, there you go. That's my match of the week.
How much I would like that to be my match of the week? My match of the week is Andrade and Kenny Omega from Dynamite.
That's definitely what I'm leaning towards. I was just seeing if there's anything else that maybe I enjoyed a little bit more, but no, that Andrade Omega match. Yeah, final answer.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. And boy, just to remind everybody, this Tuesday, Indie Spotlight. Join us Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we will be having special guest Johnny Cashmere on.
The OG backseat boy himself.
And it'll be interesting to hear what he wants to talk about. Because we have a couple things ahead that will be involving him, as was the death match announced for PWU Midnight Express in Vegas,
gotta take it out
WrestleMania week.
Take it out to Vegas because New Jersey can't handle it.
And then not just that, we have PWU Mad Love coming up.
Yeah.
Which I think that means next week's our preview show for that, isn't it?
It is.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be.
We'll have Lavari appearing, and it looks like performing a new song. So I guess he's no longer keeping it moving.
Love to keep it moving.
We got the Lucky Scramble.
As a tradition.
And two big matches. This match, the casket match between Kid Legend and the Pharaoh Face that was supposed to happen at Sub-Zero, is now happening at Mad Love. Kid Legend, who was just in our chat earlier.
Yes.
And then we have Pat Dynamite versus Declan Grant in a ladder match for the Skywalker Championship.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a match. And Pat, I love you, but oof, I got a feeling about Declan in this one. Oof.
It's a ladder match, so you know what I mean. The referee's out of the picture, but I don't know. He's had some beef with Eddie Colwell.
Yeah. And then let's not forget, Friday the 13th, we have Spo Live.
Yep.
And boy, some fun stuff for this week coming up. The one match we know of so far, Mickey Knuckles versus Angel Orsini.
Wow. Yeah. That is worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah, and it's only $10 to get in the door.
Yeah. Yeah, and so if you're just paying for that match and you get everything else for free, that's a hell of a night.
Oh, yeah.
We have PWU World Champion Justified, JP Grayson appearing.
And of course,
Sam
Friday
Reaper.
the 13th, so Sam Reaper's got to be there.
We also, and then we also have new SPO Heavyweight Champion Billboard Billy Gold appearing.
Yeah, congratulations, Billy.
Pedro Pablo will be there as well.
Love that guy.
Nigel Carter, who's been involved with an interesting storyline with Tarzan Duran, Death Cole, and Malik Machiavelli recently.
All right.
KTB returning as well.
Yeah, he manhandled 3 dudes on Friday night.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then Death Cult. And one of our favorites, Controlled Chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great guys. Who we are currently working on getting on for an episode of Indie Spotlight. Stay tuned.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Yeah. With Jay George will be appearing as well.
Jorge.
And Caleb Walsh, who made his debut last week, is returning this week.
All right.
Guy had interesting fashion sense.
And then let's not forget this Saturday at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, Mickey Knuckles will be doing a seminar. All skill levels. Come on out. $20. And to learn from one of the greatest in this business. Especially if you're a deathmatch wrestler.
Yeah. BJ's buddy.
Yeah, we go way back. It'd be great to see her again. And her and Angel Orsini is a match that I've wanted to see all my life, but I just realized it now.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you to the Pro Wrestling Star Academy for existing and getting it there for you.
Making my dream I've had for an hour come true.
On behalf of the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, you're welcome.
That was there was an all-time match Friday night, Alex and Billy. That was just an amazing match.
Yeah, which I can't wait to talk about on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
I've only had a chance to see the highlights of that so far, but yeah, I got to go back and rewatch that full episode from this past Friday.
They really went out there and did their thing.
Yeah, great man. It's just I was talking to Billy after the match, and he said, "What'd you think?" And I was like, "Dude, when I would think in my mind of Billy versus Alex on paper, it was exactly what I wanted out of the match."
Yeah,
beautiful,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Indie Spotlight. Again, Johnny Cashmere, and we'll be talking about all this and more. And if you want to make sure that you don't live in the area and you're able to stay up with what we're talking about, scan this QR code, subscribe to Spo Wrestling, and watch these shows.
Come scan away, come scan away with me.
If you're in that chat, tell them BJ and DG Talk Wrestling sent you.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in being a pro wrestler, scan the second QR code. It'll take you to the Pro Wrestling Star Academy page.
Or scan them both.
Well, that ideally, I would hope everybody scans them both.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have a lot to talk about this Tuesday. It's going to be a jam-packed show.
Packed full of jam.
Yep. All sticky and squishy.
I don't even know if that's PG.
Milky.
Milky, what's up, brother?
Oh, hey, man. What's going on, brother? I guess since you're here real quick, I'll play this for you. Ryan Milky runs Wrestle Realm YouTube channel. Go like and subscribe to that as well. But yes, everybody, thank you for joining us today on our early show that started at 3.
Yes.
You know, there's some type of Super Bowl thing going on.
A superb owl.
We didn't want to cut into the Super Bowl viewership, so we figured we'd stream earlier.
I mean, I've been watching the Puppy Bowl this whole time, too, so.
I'm DVRing.
Puppies!
All right, so on that note, 1, 2, 3. Let's ring that bell and get out of here.
Everybody be good to each other, and we'll see you Tuesday. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Seahawks.
Hi, guys. This is Sam Reaper, and you're watching BJ and DG Wrestling Talk Show.